I'm a horrible woman and I make content for other horrible women, and I recognize that it's been a minute since I equipped you with the motivation to be ungrateful and entitled, so I thought I'd pop in before bedtime and share 2 observations with you that are going to help you do that tomorrow. In this society where a man is the sole wage earner in a relationship and therefore the one who pays the bills, we do tend to place an enormous amount of value on this admittedly essential contribution to a household in comparison to the equally essential and unpaid domestic labour that women are so often burdened with. The fact that a man goes out and works a job in order to earn money which can be used to procure resources for the household is often treated as a selfless act of sacrifice for the good of the household, which should be rewarded by a greater entitlement to recognition, rest, leisure time, and being excused from equal participation in the management of the household. In reality, these men would have to work a job even if they didn't have anybody at home, and if they didn't have anybody at home to do all of the domestic labour, then they would have to do it themselves in addition to holding down a job. And yes, if those men didn't have a partner and or children waiting for them at home, they would have a little more disposable income. However, if they didn't want to do all that domestic labour and wanted to outsource it by paying someone by the hour to do it for them, they almost certainly could not afford it. Fortunately for these men, there are legions of women who've been groomed into the idea that the feelings that a man says he has for you is adequate compensation for doing all of this domestic labour, which has a high monetary value if done professionally. Arguably, the concept of romantic love gets used as a patriarchal scam, which ensures that even the poorest men living in a capitalist system are able to procure their very own woman from which to extract free domestic labour. Happy Valentine's. My second observation is that we do tend to fawn over men when they do the most simple tasks such as babysitting their own children or performing domestic duties such as doing the dishes or the laundry, etc. Part of the reason we so heartily praise and fawn over these men when they do these tasks is because these tasks have been relegated to women's work and are therefore beneath men. So when men participate in them, they are seen as engaging in an act of selfless nobility wherein they deign to stoop to the level of a mere woman. So to summarise, the domestic labour that women are so often burdened with is absolutely essential, and men also know that this is essential because even men on fairly modest single-person incomes are willing to sacrifice a large part of their disposable income in order to support a woman who will do it for him for free, while he would not be able to afford to pay service providers to do it for him. So while these men seem to be aware of the essential nature of this domestic labour, they also see it as beneath them, but not you, nor deserving of a wage or equal division, and while it has often been described as women's invisible labour, it hardly seems invisible when men do seem to notice it when it's no longer happening, which is probably relevant to why so many men tend to leave their female partners when they become too ill to do it. I would like you to meditate upon these observations, and I do hope that they will help you behave in a more ungrateful and entitled manner tomorrow, and to take a nap if you feel you need it.